Hello, coworkers. It's Bridgette, and welcome back to the Employee Lounge podcast. Hi, coworkers. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope everyone is, again, safe, warm, and healthy. So, happy spring. It is a new season, a new spring season. And then it'll be summer, and then fall, and then winter. So, enjoy this season. I hope you really have a good spring. So it's been a rough couple of weeks. There's just been a lot going on. Scandals, mass shootings, and we're still in this pandemic. So it's been really difficult, and just hearing the news and watching the news and just everything. It's just been a lot. So I hope you're taking care of yourself, and I hope you're making your mental health a big priority. And, if you need any resources, there's always some in my description box. And if you need to talk to someone, reach out and get that information and talk to someone, because it's very important to take care of yourself, to take care of your mental health. Don't be afraid of therapy. Don't be afraid of talking to anyone. And don't be afraid of taking medication if needed. Just do whatever you have to do to make yourself okay. If you need to go to HR and inquire about the EAP program, then do it. If you need to look up information on the internet, get, a phone number, then do it. And then call the number. Just do whatever you have to do to make sure you're okay, and to make sure your family member's okay, to make sure your children's okay, your spouse okay, your loved ones. Just do whatever you have to do to make sure everyone that you love is okay, and to make sure that you are okay, because we're going through a lot. Okay? We are going through a lot. It's just, you see it everywhere. It's on the news. It's in social media. Someone is going through it. So if you can just relay that message to them, or if you can just help them out, you've done a job. You've done your job. You've done a good job. Then do so. If you need it for yourself, then you just made a big step. And kudos to you, because that's big. I'm just saying, there's a lot of help out there. Go ahead and get that help, because you deserve it. You deserve it. Like I said, I will always put resources in my description box. If you need, just to talk to someone, just go ahead and get that information and call right away. Call immediately, because there's just so much going on that it's really disturbing, and it's really scary, and it's just a lot to take in. So if you know someone that just needs help, just go ahead and give that help to them, or get that help to you. It's very important. Okay, coworkers, please do that favor for me. Okay, well, we're going to take a little short break, and then when we come back, I'm going to talk about my 1 year anniversary working from home. Yeah, I know. It's crazy to even say those words. But here we are. Okay, I'm going to take a short break and I'll be right back. Okay, coworkers, I am back. So, my 1 year anniversary working from home. I can't believe it. I can't believe we're even in a pandemic, but that's a complete different story. So, I'm going to tell you a little background about it. So, last year, I was working a completely brand new job. Had no clue how to do things yet. I was really training. I was in the stages of training, trying to get comfortable, trying to, get acclimated and just trying to do my very best, right? And then I keep hearing the news about the pandemic, about COVID-19. So, I was just in a complete different mind frame. I didn't really think of this being so badly, right? I just thought like, okay, it's something that we really don't know much about, but I know it's going around and I'm hearing it's deadly and that's all I know, right? But I'm in a complete different mindset last year. I was like, okay, I have a new job. I need to focus on that. I need to do well to keep this job. And then all of a sudden, we're hearing the news and it's getting worse and it's getting really bad because now people are dying. Okay. And now it's like in every state at this point, there's cases everywhere. So now I'm panicking a little bit. Now I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, should we get prepared? Like, what do we do? Like, how do we get even prepared for this? So then all of a sudden, this time last year, we got the notice we have to work from home. Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. So once we got that notice, we had to just do whatever we had to do to make sure that the work was getting done. And I had to do what I had to do to make sure that I was able to get the work done because I need to make sure my area was comfortable. I had to make sure everything was going well, and I just needed this to work out. Remember, I'm working a new job, right? So finally started working from home. And of course, there's just so many emails, so many conference calls, so many meetings. You get so sick of it and you can't even keep up because there's just so much of them. There's just so many. Like every day it just felt like something was going on. Am I right? Did you feel the same way? Because, oh my gosh, they just want to make sure you're working. They can't take your word for it. You have to work. They have to make sure you're working and you have to be easy available by your phone. You have to make sure you're available by email. You just have to make sure you're available. Okay. So, those were just nonstop. It never stopped. I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? And of course, once there's meetings and phone calls, you have to make sure there's just no distractions. You have to get rid of all the noises and stuff. And that's easy when you're inside, right? You can control all of the distractions and noises inside. But the outside noises, those are things you just can't control. There were just so many noises. Oh my gosh. The cars, the loud music, the people are just loud. The dogs are barking. just so many things happening outside. And you're just like, really? All I want to do is work. But that's what I was dealing with. And let me tell you, working from home is a different experience. It really is different. But I made it work. I made it work. I had to because we had no choice. And I had no choice. And also during that time, my mom was working from home too. So I had to make sure she was, had a good setup too, because, it's different. It's different. So we just had to do what we had to do, right? Like we had no choice. So working from home it's interesting. It's interesting. I did get a lot of work done. I did get a lot of work done. And that's what I'm really happy about. But it's not the same though, obviously, from, working from the office, right? And it's like you don't have the coworkers interactions. You're not talking to people. You're just literally working. Right? That's all you're doing is just working. I did think that last year, I think last year it was a little interesting to always focus on work, because there was always something on television too. Because I did watch the news. I'm not gonna lie, I had to, because I just needed to get the information. Like, what was it that we were dealing with? What is this thing? What's going on? Why is there so many deaths and issues and stuff just happening? So I needed to get the information. So I was religiously watching CNN. I don't know if you were doing the same thing, but I know I was just constantly watching CNN, and I was very grateful for that, because it was just comforting, because they were giving you a little information, but they didn't have all the information. So it's basically everyone was just guessing at that point, like, what is going on? Like, okay, yeah, this is happening, but this may not happen, or this is going, like, we were all knowing the unknown last year, and it was just so chaotic. It was just so chaotic, and it was just such a mess. But I had to watch it. I had to be informed. I had to know what's going on. So working from home, would I do it again? Yes, I would. Okay, but here's the deal. I would do it again, but my choice, my personal choice. I would have to make the personal choice of working from home. I do not want to be obligated or forced to work from home, right? I want to make it my choice. If I have to, I'll do it. If I want to, I'll do it. Not have to, but if I want to work from home, then I'm going to do it, because it's my choice. And I do enjoy it. It's not for everyone. I'm going to admit it's not for everyone. If you like your house that much, then sure. But if you prefer the office, then I don't recommend it. But, it's nice to just wake up, check emails, watch a little news, watch a little TV, or not, up to you, and just get work done, and then you call it a day. At the end of the day, you just call it, and it's over. So it's a good routine, but it is a little lonely too because you don't really talk to anyone. But do you really need that? Maybe you do. I'm not saying you don't. Maybe you do. Maybe you need that conversation, right? You need adult conversation sometime. So, how was I feeling last year? I felt a lot of emotions last year. I really did. I felt a lot of emotions. And I think I want to get more in depth with that. So I'm going to just take another short break and I'll be right back. Okay, so as I was saying, I felt so many emotions last year. These were the emotions. I felt happy. I felt guilty. I felt sad. I felt angry. I felt grateful. And I felt thankful. And that was pretty much it. Those were all my emotions, all at once. And I'll tell you why. I was happy because of my personal situation, obviously. I was sad because of the news and hearing about all those that lost their lives and all of the difficult stories. They were just really sad. I felt guilty because of my personal situation and because of all those that weren't in a good situation. I felt grateful and thankful because of my personal situation. I felt all these emotions because that's how I was feeling at the time, and I allowed myself to feel all these emotions, and I felt, and I just felt so confused, and I felt angry because this was going on. And it was a lot. I really just wanted to just take it all in because I was a wreck last year. Okay. And then on top of that, I was having panic attacks and I had so much anxiety. Okay. Because a lot was going on. Let me tell you also, I was not able to sleep at night during last year. Were you able to sleep at night? I know I wasn't. I was just not able to sleep at all. And I didn't know what was going on. Like I felt nervous. It was definitely a panic attack, but I was just so nervous because I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Why am I feeling this way? I was just a mess. So I did invest in a weighted blanket. And let me tell you, that was the best thing I've ever purchased. So if you cannot sleep at night, if you feel anxiety at night, please purchase a weighted blanket. That is a weighted blanket. Please purchase it. I told one of my best friends about it. She purchased one and she thanked me because it is the most greatest invention ever. I don't know who thought of this, but thank you to the person that thought and made a weighted blanket because it is the best purchase ever. When I purchased that weighted blanket, I was so excited. And when I went to sleep at night, I had the best sleep ever. I'm telling you, if you ever get anything from this podcast besides the resources, please purchase a weighted blanket. It's the best. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, I had to do that to help me. I had to do other things to help me sleep. Like I was a wreck last year, and I know many people were a wreck too. because it was just so much so fast. and you know, I just don't get it. I don't understand why, and I just don't get it. But anyways, so that's what I was feeling last year, all those emotions. How did you feel last year? Are we on the same page? Did you feel all of the emotions last year? Did it just hit you so hard too? Because it hit me so hard, all of these emotions. And parents, how are the parents doing? How are you doing, parents? I know you had enough. I know it's tiring. I know you're struggling. And my heart goes out to all the parents out there and the kids, because you have to deal with working from home and helping your children or your child. That's a lot. That is a lot on your plate, especially if you're a single parent. That's a lot. Oh my goodness. I hope that situation's getting better. And all the professionals, how are y'all doing? I know y'all had to do so many trainings on Zoom and meetings and technology. Like, there's just so many things going on to, get the access that we need. Like, it's crazy. But how's everyone feeling from last year to today? Did you make your 1 year anniversary yet for working from home? How do you feel? Did you celebrate? I know I didn't, but did you? Did you have a good time? I'm kidding. I don't think anyone had a good time, but listen, it's been rough, okay? And I know it's getting better this year. I really have high hopes. Things are happening. Vaccines are getting created, getting shipped out. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're really getting there. It's a little slow, but we're getting there. So I hope by this deadline everything will just get back to normal. 'Cause it's gonna happen. I know it will, but it's just taking a little longer than expected. So keep holding on, keep being strong, and we're almost there. We're almost to the finish line, people. Okay, coworkers? So I'm going to take a little short break again, and then I'll be right back. Okay, coworkers, I am back. So, like I said, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope your working from home situation is okay. I know some people are working in their office again. I hope everyone is still practicing safe protocols if you are working in the office, because it's nerve-wracking. I'm not going to lie. So I hope your organization, business, or whatever is practicing safe protocols to make sure you're safe and to make sure everyone else is safe, because we're still in a pandemic. So I hope everyone is playing it by ear and being very safe. But again, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're doing. You can always email me. My email is askemployeeloungepod@gmail.com. Or you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram account is Employee Lounge Podcast. So please follow me. Please, interact, comment, so we can get this conversation started. I hope everyone is doing well. I can't say that enough. I know it's been tough, and it's going to get better. It really is. Okay. Like I said, you always have your resources in my description box. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. It's okay. Just go ahead and get that information. Also, go to your HR department and inquire about the EAP program. They're your friends, Well, they're not your friends, but EAP is a safe place. Okay? It's a safe place. And it will help you. It really will. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And you know what? I really think better days are ahead. And I hope you think that too, because we can't live like this forever, you know? And I hope this working from home and everything, you know, really prepares us for whatever's next to come, right? I mean, I'm not saying something else is going to come, but I hope it will teach us how to get better prepared for things, right? Because this pandemic, it came out of nowhere, but we had to learn so many things very quickly to accommodate ourselves and to accommodate our businesses and accommodate everyone. So I hope this is a lesson going forward for people to just really plan for the unexpected. Because look, last year when I was, had to work from home, I didn't know what to expect. And I'm sure you didn't either, and then we had to literally feel like we had to prepare for a hurricane or an earthquake, right? We had to, get supplies and get this and get gas. Like, it just felt chaotic. And we were out of so many things that we needed for no reason. Wasn't that chaotic last year? Oh my goodness. I cannot believe the toilet paper. Really? So many things were just flying off the shelves in the grocery stores. It's crazy. But, we were nervous and we didn't know what to do and we didn't know how to prepare. So I hope this is a lesson for everyone. Just we have to learn to have a plan for everything. And even though this was very unexpected, this was a teaching moment, very much so. So, this is our new normal for now, working from home. So, like I said, happy 1 year anniversary to you too, if you're working from home. And I hope it gets better for you. Same for me. Well, okay, coworkers, it is about that time. Thank you for tuning in and listening to this new episode. Do appreciate it. Again, if you need all or any one of the resources, they're always in my description box. Please click on the link. Please talk to someone. Please get therapy. Do what you need to do to make yourself better. Okay? So, coworkers, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode again. Tune in next week for another great episode. Bye, coworkers.